Welcome to Bahamas Drill Journalist. Before we start the video, guys, like and subscribe. This is the story of Shuggy Knight Culmer, better known as Shuggy, a notorious Mattis member and hitman. Shuggy grew up in the Bain and Grantstown area. Caught his first run-in with the law at a cultural festival called Junkanoo. In 2012, Shuggy Culmer, age 18 at the time, was accused of throwing bottles into the crowd during a fight between two groups of boys. At his arraignment, Shuggy was told in no uncertain terms that people like him were ruining the fun of Junkanoo and causing innocent people to suffer. You could have caused a stampede out there and innocent people could have gotten crushed because of your stupidity, the magistrate said as he scolded the terror. Culmer was sent to jail to cool his heels until his next court appearance on Thursday. Shuggy's first case was 2019 but was charged in 2020. Shuggy stood accused of the Saturday, February 2, 2019 murder of Randolph James Anderson aka Dion Bryce. Dion Bryce is better known by his street name Dogman. Our sources can tell you that it is alleged that on that date, Shuggy Culmer fatally shot Anderson at Rosedale and Mackey Streets. Dogman was attending a club along two females. When a guy instigated a fight over a lighter that Dogma didn't wanted to share, Dogman grabbed his Hennessy bottle and started to beat and drag the man outside of the bar. When a gunman emerged from a vehicle with a shirt around his face and fatally shot Dogman to the body. According to court dockets, shortly after 3 a.m., police, responding to reports of a man being shot outside of a bar. On arrival of responding officers, found Anderson with injuries to his body. Paramedics were called to the scene and attempted to revive him, but were unsuccessful. Anderson died on the scene. Culmer's attorney Bjorn Ferguson alleged his client was beaten about the body while in custody. He also alleged his client was threatened multiple times by officers, who purportedly told him that once at the Bahamas Department of Correctional Services, he would get his things. Chief Magistrate made a note of the claims and asked that Culmer undergo a medical evaluation at BDCS, being released on a $20,000 bail in October 2020. For the February 2, 2019 murder, Shuggy was fitted with an ankle monitor and had to remain at home between the hours of 8 p.m. to 6 a.m. A few months later, Shuggy Knight Culmer, 27 at the time of Fleming Street, is accused of fatally shooting Alexander Gibson at John Close in February 22, 2021. After granted bail for the murder of Gibson, Shuggy Knight was sentenced to 6 months in prison. After admitting to breaching his bail on a murder charge to go to the carnival with his child over the holidays. Shuggy Culmer, 30 at this time, was represented by attorney David Cash on 4 counts of violation of bail conditions. This bail was granted to him by the Court of Appeal in connection with his alleged involvement with the shooting death of Alexander Gibson on John Road on February 22, 2021. On December 18, 25, and 27 of 2022, as well as January 2 of this year, the accused is said to have breached his court-imposed curfew on 4 nights. In court, Culmer pleaded guilty to all 4 charges and accepted the facts in his case. During his mitigation hearing, Mr. Cash said that Culmer is remorseful for what he had done and had taken responsibility for his actions with his early plea of guilt. He then explained that his client was only 50 yards away from his home on December 18. Mr. Cash further explained that on the remaining days, Culmer breached his bail to take his daughter to the holiday carnival and attend Junkanoo, after asking for leniency on Culmer's behalf and that he be spared a custodial sentence. Mr. Cash implored the court to take into consideration that Culmer's girlfriend is currently pregnant. He further said that Culmer missed the birth of his last child while on remand. In response, Magistrate Kelly told him that he is to abide by bail conditions at all times, and that the holidays are not an excuse to fail to observe these rules. She further said that Shuggy willfully breached his bail conditions. Shuggy Culmer was sentenced to 6 months in prison on the first 2 counts against him. Shuggy was further ordered to pay 2 $1,000 fines or risk 3 months in prison for each of the remaining 2 charges. Shuggy Knight was informed of his right within 7 days to appeal the sentences. More in Part 2.